Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be working on some things that came in the Create Along box for the month of December. And there are so many different things that you get this month and they're all beautiful and I absolutely love them. So I want to just show you quickly before we start on our project some of the things that you get. So one of them is this beautiful snowflake wooden piece here. And then you get two circles, and my first thought on this was to make a wreath. I just thought that would be really cool. You get all these extra earring pieces, so you can make earrings right away with them. Little charms. You get these gorgeous glitters. I'm going to show you up close what they are. Look how beautiful. Let me open. This is the one that we're going to be working with today. Look how beautiful that is. And then look at that. Look at these stones. How beautiful are these? And talk about gorgeous. Just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to using those. And then we get these two snowflake cutters and a silk screen. I love this silk screen. Unfortunately, we will not be using this today, but I will use this at another time. And then this stencil we will be using. I love the pattern of this because you could use this for multiple things. I'm going to use it for like snowflake style today. And look at this. This is my favorite piece out of the whole kit. How gorgeous is that stamp? So we're going to use that as well today. And then you get this mold for either clay, resin, but look how beautiful. Just think you can make hanging earrings, you can make studs, you could add those to different pieces. Just absolutely stunning. I may incorporate this with my craft today. I haven't decided yet, but I think this is absolutely beautiful. So today we're going to make a window hanging mobile, and we are going to be using this stuff right here. And the first thing that I have is my opal clay, and this is the Sculpey Primo, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I love this clay. I don't use it very often, but look how beautiful that shines. I think it is so pretty. So I just want to kind of soften it up. I'll take my rolling pin and I'm going to make it a lot smaller. Let's take half of it. You see how beautiful that shines? I hope you can see all the shine in that. Sometimes my light kind of blocks that, but absolutely beautiful. So if you want to use this by itself, you do not have to really add anything else to this. I'm going to add a little bit of my shimmer that I got to half the block. So what I want to do is I want to condition this before I do anything else. So I'm going to run these all through my pasta machine. This one I ran on my third thickest setting. So that's about the thickness you are going to want. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so I have these all very well conditioned. And my next step is I want to take my shimmer here. And I just want to add that to my piece here. And I'm going to cut this all up then, because I want a little extra shimmer on some of these. I get it all off of me. Get my blade. Now I'm going to just break these all up. I'm actually going to clear some of this stuff off of here. We are going to put a little bit of paint on this, so I want to put this on here so I don't have to clean up my tile so much. So I'm going to break this all up. So once I have my pieces broken up, I'm just going to cut them some more. Make them into some smaller pieces. And you can see my clay is a little sticky. That's okay. It's not overly sticky. With the little mica powder or shimmer, however you want to, or whatever you want to call it, it kind of helps keep it apart. All right. I'm actually going to use my pearl white on this. And I'm just going to pour a little bit on there. But that should be good. We don't have a lot of clay, so we do not need overly too much paint. And we are going to mix this all together. All right, now I am going to let this dry a bit. And while this dries, we'll work on the other pieces. Grab this piece of clay, and we are going to grab our stamp. And I just want to push down, make sure it's on there. And then I got my rolling pin. And I'm going to press pretty good because I want a good impression on this. Can you guys see how gorgeous that looks? How beautiful is that? All those gorgeous snowflakes. And now I'm going to cut some out. Can you see how beautiful that is? Now you're going to have little pieces sticking out, and that's okay. Just smooth them out the best that you can. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out and do the same exact thing because I want a few more of my small ones. And I'm just going to press this on here one more time. Okay, so once you have all those pieces cut out, we are going to actually do a front and back because I want this to be double-sided. So what I want to do is I'm going to get my little eyelet hooks here. And let me see. I'm going to take a pair of my pliers and I'm just going to bend. This way my eyelet hook has something to latch and stay onto the clay and it won't pull out easy. And by doing the eyelet hooks, we automatically have something for our string or our chain to connect to. And we won't have to worry about stringing it up later on in any difficult way. So I just like to put my eyelet hook right at the top and the bottom. And then I will put my other snowflake right on top and then blend them and connect them together. And look how gorgeous that looks. That's going to be a very nice snowflake. So I'm going to do that with each one of them. And I want to make sure, I'm a stickler on making sure my edges are really nice. So all I do is keep patting them to make sure that they're on there nicely. So let me get a bunch of my eyelets here. And I have different size eyelets here. You can see how small these are. I'm going to use those on the smaller snowflakes. And we're going to do the same exact thing for our small ones, except we will be using smaller eye hooks. So I'm just going to take my eye hook, lay it in there, top and bottom, and then connect my snowflakes. Okay, so I'm going to do that with each one of these. All right, so now I have all those done. I'm going to put these off to the side. Those will get ready to go in the oven. But can you see how pretty and so simple? All right, now we come back to this. So what I like to use is my oven baked clay adhesive. And if you have liquid Sculpey, that'll work as well. But I seem to really, I don't know why, I just seem to really like the clay adhesive a little bit better. But the liquid clay works just as well. So I'm going to mix these all up. Make sure that I have my pieces coated. And then, and you can wear gloves if you don't like to get your hands messy. I don't mind. I think it's the fun part of playing with clay is getting a little bit messy. And I'm gonna kind of put that into like a block. I'm gonna get rid of this at this point. All right, so once you have it into your rectangle, and it's very simple to do, you just continue going like this. Take your blade, I'm gonna make it pretty thick slices here. And it's not going to cut very nice with this type because it has all those little plastic pieces in there. So you got to kind of expect it to be harder to cut. So I'd like to just take these pieces. And I'm going to roll them out. And I am going to put a little bit on here. And I don't have to put a lot on. I just want to kind of stop it from sticking to my roller so much. So just by putting a tiny bit on, it's kind of taking away that stickiness from the glue. There, that's much easier. And I'm going to put this through my pasta machine, and honestly, I'm just going to roll it once, and we'll see if it's at the level that I need it to be. And there, it's perfect. So I'm not going to do any more. I don't want to put that too much through my pasta machine. Now I'm going to use my stencil. And I'm going to press pretty hard on this because I want that clay to come right through that stencil. And then I'm going to start cutting out some of these. Remember, whatever you cut out, you need a front and a back. So try to get as many cut out as you can, because the more you cut out, then you can have them hanging off your little mobile. So I'm trying to get my pieces as close as possible to them, to each other. I want to show you. It's not beautiful. I think all those little colors together are going to work out really well. And I am going to run this through my pasta machine one more time because I want to try to, if possible, get 2 more big ones out of this. If not, then we just use what we have. So let me run this through. I just want to make sure it's all kind of stuck together, because I don't want to run it through my pasta machine too many times. That's the clay I have left. So I'm going to mix this all up, and then I'm going to run this through my pasta machine, and I'm going to make a couple little snowflakes with that just to use up my entire block. Maybe we'll make earrings out of this. How about we do that? I'll show you guys how to make a pair of earrings, and that'll look really pretty. So let me put those ones over here so we know which ones will be our earrings. And I'm not going to worry about that. That'll go in my scrap bin. Let me wash my hands. All right, so now I'm going to spend some time putting these all together with my eyelet hooks like I did the first round. Another thing I want to point out is when you bend your eyelet hooks, go to the side. So this part is flat, and then that side will be flat. Because if you do it the other way, when you go to lay your eyelet down, it is, so say you have it up this way, it's going to poke through and it's just not going to work. So make sure this is matching up flat with your eyelet loop. For the earrings, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're only going to put one of our eyelets in. We're not going to have anything hanging down from them, so we only need one. And what I like to do is take my pointer tool, and if I'm having a hard time, because with these being so small, the eyelets, sometimes I have a hard time grabbing onto them. So I like to use my tool just to make sure that I have it in the right position. because you want to be able to open this up if necessary. And if you go too far down, it's kind of hard to grab it. So if you have a tool with a point on it, that is perfect. Okay. Make sure none of your edges have an opening. And then I like to just finish them off smoothly. All right, so our earrings will be ready to go. And for these, I want to add a few of these beautiful stones that we got. I mean, look how gorgeous those are. So pretty. So let me put those there. Oops, right here. So I have a little wax tip here, and I am going to put those in. But first, I need some liquid clay, and you don't need a lot. I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it in the different areas that I want my stones. And that'll help hold everything in place. So each one of my little corners will begin in a stone. I want to make sure that it's facing the right direction. I'm grabbing them the wrong way. Am I grabbing them the wrong way? Hold on. Yeah. And this will dry clear, the glue. So then those little stones will definitely be sparkling. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to place these all in my oven, 275 for a full half hour. And while these bake, we will start on our wood piece. All right, so to get started on our snowflake here, I'm going to use my sticky mat. And this will just make it easier to make sure that it doesn't move around when I'm putting my resin on. And I'm going to use colored resin. So I have my pink and then I have my white. And I'm just going to fill this in right where my little designs are. So it's kind of like you're using puffy paint is almost what it reminds me of when you're doing it like this. And we're going to work slowly on this so it doesn't start spreading too much. And I'm going to put this right under my light. Okay. And now I'm going to use my white, but you see how that kind of blended together? I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to, because I only put this under for 30 seconds. So this is still somewhat soft. So I'm going to just cut that little section out. Just like that. I have a little piece stuck. There we go. I'm going to get my poker tool, and then I'm going to put my white right in the middle, and then I'm going to take my poker tool and slowly pull it up in between. I'll get my lighter and hit that quick, make sure all the bubbles are out, and then I'm gonna put that under the light for 30 seconds. Okay. And now I will start going up. And like I said, we have to do this in sections so it doesn't start spreading too much. All right, I'm going to put that under because you see how it's starting to spread? Okay. And we'll hit that. And that's what we have so far. So now I'm going to continue going around my entire piece. So while that is under my light, we're going to get our other mica powder. And I want to put one of these right in the middle of that. So let's see, let's do this one. So I'm going to cover this in with this beautiful powder. I'm going to use my regular UV resin. It's the J Diction. I'm going to put that right on there. And I'm going to put this under my light as well. So here's our piece so far. And now I want to finish it off by doing pink around the whole thing. Hit it one time with your lighter, make sure no bubbles are there. And I put this under your light. And here is my snowflake. And I'll put that right in the middle. Okay, and lastly, I am just going to take my regular resin again. And I'm just going to put a little bit right on the middle here. And this will kind of seal my piece into place for me. And then I'm going to put this completely under my light for probably about, I say, 5 to 6 minutes. And while that is under the light, these are finished. They cooled off in the oven. Can't really see the imprints on here, unfortunately, because of the type of clay it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small layer of silver on this, and I should have done that before, but I really was hoping that it would show up a lot better than it is. So I'm just going to take my metallic silver. I'm going to put some in my lid. And then I like to use my finger for this. And I'll just kind of wipe most of it off. And then I'm going to go over right where all those little snowflakes are. So you can see them much, much better now. And because I'm putting it on very thin, it won't take long to dry. But look how pretty that looks. And you don't want this on overly too dark, because with the imprints here, every time you turn it, you get that extra shine. So you want to make sure that you're not covering up too much of that shine. Okay, so our piece is done here. Now we could lift it off. Look how beautiful that looks. Is that not a really, really nice piece? Now we have the back. We have to decide what to do with the back. And I think I am just going to take the back and make a swirl pattern. So I'll stick it on there. And then I think I'm just going to put my pink right in the middle. And I'm going to use pretty much here. I'll get my white. And then I'm going to take the other side of my poker tool. And then I am just going to swirl and pull and make different designs right into it. I'll add more. I don't want to add too much at one time. I want to add little by little so I don't have an overflow. Just have fun with this. Doesn't have to be anything overly fancy. I'm going to take my lighter, go over it. Pull it over to the edges. Okay, now I'll put that under my light. All right, so while that's under the light, we're going to start getting this ready because the paint is dry. And I have these little crystals. And what I am going to do is I'm going to take some of them off. And then I will add, well, here's my earring. So put those off to the side. And I will add some of these. So. Okay, and I have two more, so I want to decide how exactly do I want to do this. So that's going to be like that. So I think I'm going to add, to keep them all similar in length, and there. I think that's exactly how I will do it. Do I want to add one more here? Maybe I'll add one more here. And there is the back. Look how beautiful that looks. So very, very fun piece. The last thing I want to do is add all my pieces onto my snowflake. So we got to open this up the best that we can. Look how beautiful that is. All right, so the last thing I want to do is just add my jump ring for the top. And I have these really large ones here. And then I could just put a chain off of that. You can even make a chain with these if you want. That one's a harder one. There we go. So you could continue doing that to make a chain if you like to, if you don't have a chain. So there is, oops. This fell off. Oh no. Okay. And there is our little mobile for our window. I mean, how beautiful is that? I really hope that you guys like this as much as I do, because I think this is fabulous. I can't wait to show it to you guys in my window. So we're going to finish this up with our pair of earrings. This is simple. I'm going to actually use a couple of the pieces that came with the kit. I'm going to use the other snowflakes. So we have these little charms here. And jump rings. So take your pliers, open up the jump ring, put it through the loop. We're going to add our charm, and then we're going to add our earring piece. And then we will close this up. Oops. And there is our little earring. And that's it, guys. So you got a nice pair of earrings here, a beautiful window mobile, and I really hope that you guys enjoy creating these pieces with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.